The following is not suitable for children under the age of 18. This show contains coarse language and my own personal views and opinions. Please note all references to wrestlers and politicians is complete satire and is intended for fun, not harm. Welcome to episode 16 of the Sky Genie Show, the absolute worst show ever. This show is currently the biggest one I have ever done, as we are chocked full of news and reviews, and I doubled up on the gags. So let's start the show. I would like to announce that I have launched my very own website for this show, skygenieshow.weebly.com. Weebly spelled W-E-E-B-L-Y. It's very basic at the moment, but hey, it's brand new, so it's pretty much got archives of past shows and extras of bits of like the commercials that I've added to the show, and ones I thought that were pretty funny I just put up there for extras. If you'd like to follow me through social media, on Twitter I am at SDD916. If you'd like to follow me on Facebook, I have changed the name to the unofficial group page to the Sky Genie Show page. I am also at Instagram at SkyGenie_1988. Please like and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. If you'd like to support the show, go to my homepage on YouTube and there's a donate button. You can donate whatever you like on there. Your donations go towards the show and helps quality of audio and improvement overall of the show. Otherwise, the show will remain free. I'd like to shout out a few podcasts. Get in the Corner on Wednesday at 9 PM on Mixlr. As well, also on Mixlr is the Don Tony Kevin Castle show, who drop every Monday night immediately after Raw. As well, on the same channel as the Don Tony Kevin Castle show is Wrestling Soup. They do a show on Thursday at 9:30 PM. They also do a Saturday morning shipbox on Saturday mornings, but this is not on pay-per-view weekends. And on Sunday pay-per-view weekends, they do a recap show of the pay-per-view. So please check him out on Mixlr. Also on Podbean, there is the Solomonster Sounds off, who drops a show every Sunday. They are really good shows, and I recommend you go out of your way to listen to them, because they are really good shows. Unlike this one. For those wondering about Genie Jr., why, he's sitting right beside me. Right beside me, fucking the dog. Stop fucking the dog, you little shit. I mean, he is a special boy. As you can see, after week 2 of my SmackDown experiment, where I only go out of my way to watch SmackDown to see if my interest of wrestling changes. Like most of you, after watching Raw, I feel really, really burnt out from watching anything wrestling related, because there's so much content. 8 hours. 8 fucking hours of WWE a week. And that is not including the Diva shows and stuff like that. In this episode, you will see that I reviewed Ring of Honor and NXT. And in the last episode, I reviewed New Japan Pro Wrestling. I can honestly say I am not missing Raw. I am not exactly looking forward to watching it in December. But to this show, I have a job to do. So there is another 2 weeks to go. I got a big show lined up for you with a lot of reviews and news. So how I'll do this is I'll do the TV shows first, then I'll cut to a break and do the news. After the news, I'll cut to another break. And after that, I'll review Takeover and Survivor Series. Just a little bit of a heads up. And now for Ring of Honor, November 5th, 2016. Yano versus Michael Elgin. Wrestling-wise, this was a terrible, terrible match. Entertainment-wise, was fucking brilliant. Yano has this gimmick where he gets wire cutters and cuts off the turnbuckle. He did that in this match, but Michael Elgin stole this gimmick too and did it himself, and both exposed turnbuckles came into play. In the end, Michael Elgin hits his finisher and is declared the winner. We then cut to Dragon Lee versus Bobby Fish. And some weeks ago, Bobby Fish was actually attacked by the Bullet Club. And in this match, he actually sold the injury to his ribs. And the difference here from what you would normally see is the little things he would do. Like when somebody was, when Dragon Lee was taking him to the ground, he would be doing it gingerly. And very, very good in the art of selling. It actually made it look real and believable. And in an upset, Dragon Lee actually beats Bobby Fish and is in line for a future title shot for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. We then go to the main event. Bracket B of the 6-man tag team title tournament was the Bullet Club with Adam Cole and the Young Bucks versus the New Kingdom with Matt Taven, TK O'Ryan, and Vinny. I can't say his last name, it's Italian. But anyway, nobody knew who these guys were besides Matt Taven, and really whenever they got any offense, the crowd was dead. The Kingdom got the win here, and it's probably needed. They probably should win the tournament to get themselves established, in my view, and that's who I think is going to win the whole tournament. And I think that will be a smarter move than putting it on anybody else. Overall, since this was a 3-match card, best thing on the show was Bobby Fish's selling of his injury, but the main event was really kind of weak. Overall, really good show. And now for NXT. We open up the show with Liv Morgan versus Peyton Royce with Billie Kay. I haven't been watching NXT as of late, but apparently they've formed some alliance. The match was pretty awful. Liv Morgan won by DQ when Billie Kay got involved, and they both beat down Liv Morgan. Then Aaliyah, I don't even know who that is, makes the save, but gets beat down too. Then Ember Moon comes out and makes the save for the three of them. They take a look back of the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and then we get to the Drifter versus Nathan Cruz. It was a horrible fucking match, as you can imagine, and I don't even know why they keep this gimmick around. The winner is the Drifter, of course, but nobody gives a fuck. Backstage, the Liv Morgan and the Babyface team that came down to make the save were all doing an interview. These girls and the interviewer all sucked badly. I mean, these people need work, and it's probably a good thing they're in NXT because they really need development. You'll notice the theme throughout this show. The video packages were very brilliant. They cut to an awesome video package of the Revival versus DIY, and then after that they did Ty Dillinger and Bobby Roode. And say what you will about WWE and Kevin Dunn, Bucky Beaver, but the production team are top notch. Then we get to the main event. It was Cien Almas versus Cedric Alexander. And I thought this match was pretty boring. These two have no chemistry together at all. And I don't even know why this is a feud. It's really boring. And the winner was Cien Almas. And the thing is with Cien Almas, you can see I'm not pronouncing his first name, because that's just like with the Japanese review. I'm not going to say it if I can't mention it. I can see going to the main roster, he's going to lose one or two names, at least. And that's how it goes with WWE, and well, this one, it really makes sense. Then to close out the show, they had an awesome video package of Shinsuke Nakamura versus Samoa Joe. And that ends the show. Overall, bad wrestling on the show, but good video packages. And we'll be back with some wrestling news after the break. Do you want people to think highly of you? Do you want to find a way to make them respect you? Well, I have the thing just for you. A can of bullshit. Yes, get yourself a can of bullshit today and solve all your life problems. You could be the king of the ladies. You could be a politician. Or you can think you can run TNA wrestling. Hey, want to know why Vince McMahon is so successful? It's because he bought a can of bullshit. Studies have shown that people who buy cans of bullshit are less likely to get caught in the end. Haha. And how it works, you smear it in your hand and rub it all over your face. You could walk up to your wife and say, "Hey, honey, now we can have that baby." Can of bullshit may cause divorce, bankruptcy, and huge insecurities. Buy yourself a can of bullshit today. The current commercial I am about to play is because I lost to Creepy Jimmy in a poker game. Are you an animal lover? Yes, that's what I'm asking. Are you an animal lover? Fuck you, Creepy Jimmy, for making me read this. Then I have something for you. Then go to Creepy Jimmy's petting zoo and have all your animal needs fulfilled. Nothing brings friends and family together like random acts of bestiality. He actually wrote this? What the fuck? Go to Creepy Jimmy's petting zoo today. Hey, let's face it, he's not called Creepy Jimmy for nothing. And we are back, and now for some wrestling news. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been named Sexiest Man Alive. It was said earlier this year that The Rock was the highest paid man in Hollywood, so things are looking up for The Rock. Goldberg has apparently tweaked his shoulder on the last episode of Raw, leading into his match for Survivor Series against Brock Lesnar. The injury, however, is not said to be serious, and he will be good to go at the pay-per-view. WWE 2K have released the NXT pack for the WWE 2K17 video game. Last week they released the Goldberg exclusive pack. The Legends pack is set to be released next week. WWE and Sky Deutschland in Munich, Germany have signed a multi-year deal. Raw and SmackDown will start airing in April of 2017. Sky has customers in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And that's it for the wrestling news this episode of the Sky Genie Show. After the break, Takeover and Survivor Series reviews. Are you sad and alone? Would you like to have some fun in your life? Well, I got something for you. Imagination Land. Yes, Imagination Land has everything to your imagination. Would you like to date your crush? Well, you can do it here in your Imagination Land. Would you like to win $1 million? You can also do it here in your Imagination Land. Global Force Wrestling runs shows regularly here in your Imagination Land. All of this can happen in your imagination. So go see Imagination Land right now. I wish to apologize for this next commercial, but Genie Jr. would not shut the fuck up about it. So, are you bored and have nothing to do next weekend? Well, Genie Jr. has something for you. Genie Jr.'s Rave Party. Yes, Genie Jr.'s Rave Party will be a big event inside his bedroom. He has told me he has got all the llamas ready and willing to go. Llamas of all genders. Don't know why the fuck that's a good thing at all, but you can be special too by attending this party. And as I said, this will all be happening in Genie Jr.'s bedroom. Come into my living room and I'll kick your fucking ass. So if you really have nothing to do, then go to Genie Jr.'s Rave Party next week. There, you happy little shit. You know what? I wish we gave you up for adoption. Oh wait, we're still recording. He is a special boy. Back with the Takeover and Survivor Series reviews. And now for NXT Takeover Toronto. Man, this show. There's a lot of high prizes with this show. Opening match. Bobby Roode versus Ty Dillinger. Bobby Roode gets his awesome entrance with a choir singing him to the ring. I went on Solomonster's page and asked the question, as a joke really, what does NXT have that TNA don't? A budget for that glorious entrance. I know, shit. But it wasn't just the entrance that was awesome. The fucking match itself was pretty fucking great too. I mean, fuck. And even after the match, because Bobby Roode won the match, and of course he's going to go further, Ty Dillinger got a standing ovation at the end of the match. And I believe all of them deserved a standing ovation at the end of every match here. And so yeah, Bobby Roode goes over. We then had the finals for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. It was the Authors of Pain versus TM61, and they put Paul Ellering inside a shark cage and suspended him above the ring. This was very, very much an old school sort of match that you don't really see much nowadays. So it was very, very wholesome to see this come out. And I believe it was Shane Thorne. Yeah, I hope I got that right. Climbed up on the crane of it that was holding up the cage, and does a swanton off of it and onto everybody and goes down. I thought, holy fuck, this fucker looked fucked up. And there was another spot in the match where one of the Authors of Pain went to swipe Shane Thorne from the legs onto the apron, and he almost landed on his neck and killed himself. And yeah, I mean, this match was pretty much fucking insane. Really fucking insane match. The Authors of Pain won this match, which kind of surprised me, but then I kind of get it now. After the match, they presented the trophy for the Dusty Rhodes Classic. The 2016 Dusty Rhodes Classic winners, the Authors of Pain. We then have the NXT Tag Team Championship, the Revival defending against DIY in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This was a very, very good match. The Revival won the first fall, and DIY won the other 2. But through this whole match, they were fucking awesome in this match. I am trying not to jizz everywhere. So your winners and new NXT Tag Team Champions, DIY. We then had the NXT Women's Championship, Asuka versus the returning Mickie James. Mickie James has been away from the WWE for 6 long years, and she looked really great here on this show. Doesn't look like she lost a step at all. And this was another really awesome match. It started out really slow, then it built up and up and up and up to the finish. I thought the finish should have been different in this match. Not that it was bad for the tap out finish, but I thought that felt a little bit flat. The idea I had Asuka knock Mickie James the fuck out. And not that I hate Mickie James. In fact, Mickie James is one of my favourite female wrestlers of all time. Up there with Trish Stratus and Lita and all them. I think if Asuka was to knock out Mickie James, to me it would send a statement that Asuka is the one to watch out for, because she just knocked out one of the greatest female wrestlers in the world ever. And Mickie James was at one point the face of the women's division after she took over from Trish Stratus. And yeah, to me that would have been the more logical finish, but I'm not going to complain about the finish of this match. It was a really, really good match. And then we had the NXT Championship with Shinsuke Nakamura versus Samoa Joe. And this was another fantastic match. It was off the wall great. Samoa Joe got the surprise win over Shinsuke Nakamura. And I am wondering if Shinsuke Nakamura is going to the main roster. And here's my theory on it, on how it's probably going to go. Nakamura probably gets the rematch at the next Takeover show. But I think Shinsuke Nakamura is going to the main roster. And the idea I have, because there's rumors going around that Undertaker is going to beat AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. So my idea is have Nakamura debut at the Royal Rumble. He doesn't have to win it, but have him debut on the main roster at the Royal Rumble. And have that lead to a match between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania. I think that would be a great match to watch. I mean, if you've seen the Wrestle Kingdom match, you would love to see it in WWE, I hope. But again, on this was a fantastic match with Samoa Joe going over. And overall, I thought this was one of the best show all year. But then I'll even go a step further and say this is one of the best show in years. It's very rare that you find shows that have that top to bottom good match feel. And the last show I could think of that had that was Money in the Bank 2011. Everything on that show was heightened up a bit more. Everybody stepped up their game on that show. And that even included a match between Mark Henry and Big Show that was actually a pretty damn good match, considering. And if I could go back even further, the in-house Canadian Stampede match, or event. Top to bottom, that show was brilliant. It was a 4-match card. This was a 5-match card, so it was small. But the Canadian Stampede match was a 4-5 match card, and all of them had time. All the matches had logical finishes, and it all made sense. But overall, yes, I would say this is the best show of the year by far. And now for the Survivor Series review. We open up the show with the women's tag team Survivor Series match. I thought this was a really great match. Nikki Bella was attacked before the match, and Natalya replaced her. I'm guessing that's going to be a feud going on. Pretty impressive. I thought Nia Jax looked really dominant in this match, and they made her out really, really good. The Raw team went over, with Bayley getting the win, as it came down to her and Charlotte on Team Raw against Becky Lynch. After the match, they both celebrate, and Charlotte then beats up Bayley, setting up their program for the next pay-per-view. There was an awesome ad for the WWE video game, and it makes me want to buy it. Oh wait, I already have. Fuck it. We then get a backstage segment with James Ellsworth walking by, and the club come in and make a heap of chin jokes. But him have no chin, blah blah blah. Mick Foley comes in and breaks it up. Then offers Ellsworth a job on Raw, but declines and so forth. In the end, Braun Strowman comes in and ends up scaring off Ellsworth, and that ends that segment. We then get the Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz defending against Sami Zayn. I thought this was a really good match, better than what I thought it would be. The finish of this match, Maurice rang the bell when Sami Zayn had the Miz in a submission, so it was kind of a distraction, and the Miz got the win and retained the title. We then had the Raw tag team versus Team SmackDown for the tag team division. I thought it was a really fun match. I thought it really more picked up when it got to the end, because we'll go from the start. Breezango and New Day got eliminated pretty quickly, and the match was okay by there. The club got a few eliminations in this match. Team Raw ended up winning when Cesaro slapped on the sharpshooter and made the people on Team SmackDown tap out. And as I said, it was an okay match. More picked up when Cesaro and Sheamus were the last two in there. That ends that. I actually forgot who he made tap out, but who cares. Moving on, WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Brian Kendrick defends the title against Kalisto, and this was a really crappy match. Then end up having a crappy finish. Baron Corbin comes out and costs Team SmackDown the Survivor Series, the Cruiserweight division. And, well, SmackDown would have been better off having it, but whatever. The division is pretty much sucks and is most likely dead. There's no way of getting around it. It sucks. We then had the men's Raw tag team versus the SmackDown men's tag team match. And this was really an interesting match. We saw James Ellsworth get involved in helping eliminate Braun Strowman by holding him by the leg under the ring. But then Braun Strowman got his revenge by chokeslamming him through a table off the stage. Shane McMahon got really fucked up from a spear. He was on the turnbuckle and went to jump off, and Roman Reigns hit a spear and pinned him. And it looked like he fucked up his neck pretty bad. And I don't know if that was a shoot or he's just really good at selling. But it looked pretty legit. But I don't know. But we even got a Shield reunion for a brief bit. Dean Ambrose was eliminated early on in the match, and he came back and caused AJ Styles to be eliminated. Bray Wyatt got the win for the match, and Team SmackDown wins. And that goes on to my point. I think Mick Foley is getting fired tomorrow on Raw. We then go to the main event, which was Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. And this was really a surprise to me. I could pretty much go through the whole match right now. They come out and made their entrances. Brock Lesnar grabs him by double leg him, puts him into the turnbuckle, but backs off. Goldberg pushes down Brock Lesnar, and he's laughing at this. As he goes to get back up, he turns around to get back up. Goldberg hits him with a spear. Then Goldberg hits him with a second spear. Then he stalks him while Brock Lesnar trying to get his shit together and hits him with a jackhammer for the win. That I didn't expect that. Everyone pretty much thought that Brock Lesnar was going to win, because why would Goldberg be winning the match? But hey, it is what it is. Overall, I thought this was a really good show. I thought we'll say the NXT show was a lot better than this, but it's NXT, so go figure. With a surprising main event. Definitely one I would check out to see again. One I would definitely recommend. We got through it, people, and that'll be it of the Sky Genie Show. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and if you can, please donate. Otherwise, the show will remain free. Check out our website, skygenieshow.weebly.com, as that is our official site. The Facebook group page at the Sky Genie Show page. Also on Twitter at SDD916. And on Instagram, SkyGenie_1988, all lowercase. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.